I believe men are supposed to chase a woman, date her, spoil her, respect and adore her, and love her more. Anything outside of that is just weird. And if you're watching this as a woman, disagreeing with it, thinking it's too much or you don't deserve this, you have been brainwashed and you do not know your own worth. And you may even have internalized misogyny, which you definitely need to work on and heal that shit.
So men are supposed to chase a woman, date her, spoil her, respect and adore her, and love her more. Just for your information, a relationship works better if the woman loves the man more. And we can make a whole episode about that. They're getting no benefits, yet they're supposed to chase a woman. You know what chasing a woman means? That you gotta be persistent and you gotta try to convince a woman to like you by giving gifts, going on expensive dates, doing your best effort. So women, they say this stuff, and at the same time, they say that they don't like clingy dudes or obsessive dudes or nice guys. Yet at the same time, they're saying that they want someone to chase them. In order to solve this puzzle, you just gotta think about it this way. They want men to do this stuff in order to give them power, because this makes a woman in a position of privilege where she benefits immensely from that. Of course, she's gonna go on expensive dates, travels, and expensive gifts. She's gonna have nice experiences while she's just using the man. Alright? And at the same time sleeping with a broke guy because he's hot. This is the ultimate benefit. Alright? So you should not listen to what a woman say in terms of attraction or dating, because they're only gonna say the stuff that benefits them, not the stuff that objectively works and makes women respond to that treatment. Alright? So it's just bullcrap. So you're supposed to do all this effort for a woman who you barely know. That's first. Secondly, you never hear women talking about what a man should do. Brother, even red pill dudes, when they talk about what women should do, they also talk about men. They say that men should be the providers and protectors and so on. But these women, they never address what women should be. Look, this just makes men tired of y'all. Now men are getting to a point where they don't even want to respond to you guys. They just want to move on with their lives. They don't even care anymore what you're about to say. Because this is ridiculous and unfair, unjust, and not objective. Okay? So we have this woman whose her whole page,
50,
by the way, is dedicated to hating men. But let's continue.
50 is against feminism. Him paying is not a luxury, it's just balancing the scale. If we still live in patriarchy, which we still do, then 50-50 isn't feminist. Because labor is never 50-50. Women still do most of the emotional labor. Women still take all the risks. Dating, pregnancy, reputation. Women are still expected to look good, act right, and care for others unpaid. So no, you're not splitting the bill. You're already paying, just not in cash. Keeping your money while he's paying is not gold digger. It's compensation. It's redistribution. It's feminist. True feminism liberates. It doesn't ask women to carry the burden just to appear equal.
So let's address this point by point. You see how ridiculous
50 is against feminism.
So, guys, did you know that 50-50 is now out of fashion? It's not feminism anymore. Now, we're just speaking for the sake of speaking, alright? You see how ridiculous this stuff? This is not even feminism anymore, guys. Feminism now is worshipping me. Yeah, that's feminism now. Alright? Guys, is this a rage bait or what? Is this a rage bait? Uh,
Him paying is not a luxury, it's just balancing the scale. If we still live in patriarchy, which we still do, then 50-50 isn't feminist. Because
Alright.
labor is never 50-50. Women still do most.
So let's go by her logic. So let's just say, for the benefit of the doubt, that she's saying, of course, that society is oppressive because it's patriarchal. In order to balance the scale, we gotta go unjust when it comes to pain, because in that way the scale is gonna be balanced. Alright? So if men are oppressing women, we gotta have women oppress men so that society is going to be balanced. That's going by her own logic. You see how ridiculous this stuff is? If a man pays, that means that you gotta give the responsibility to the man, because a man is not going to pay for no benefit. He's not gonna pay for a woman that he knows that it's not his. He's not gonna pay for a woman that when he says to, you're wearing revealing clothes, and she's gonna deny listening to him, then he's not gonna pay. Alright? You gotta accept this stuff. You're one woman protesting. This stuff won't change anything, alright? Men have woken up. They're starting to understand this, alright? This manipulation and twisting of words, twisting of definitions is not gonna get you anywhere, alright? Guys, her idea of justice is if men oppress women, women should oppress men. And that is how we're gonna balance the scale. This is dumb, I'm telling you, this is absolutely dumb. And secondly, in a patriarchal society, men already pay. If you go to Middle Eastern countries, third world countries that still uphold traditional gender roles and traditional patriarchy, they pay for women. They don't do 50-50, okay? So what you're saying is actually in the benefit of men. But of course, you're not saying that. What you're saying is that men should pay for everything, yet women should have all the power, which is something ridiculous, and men are not going to agree with.
Of the emotional labor, women still take all the risks: dating, pregnancy, reputation.
So dating, pregnancy,
Women are still dating, pregnancy, reputation.
reputation. Well, let's start by reputation. A man's reputation is actually more vulnerable because a woman can just accuse him. And the law, especially in Western countries, always leans to the woman. It always leans to the woman more. You're gonna get someone jailed pretty easily, alright? You can just forge some evidence and you got him in jail. So, hell no. And even if the accusation does not turn out to be true, the damage is already done. The man is gonna lose his job, lose his friends, lose his family, and his life is gonna be ruined. We saw these examples all over the place, all over the Western world. Even actually, people don't know this, but this stuff actually occurs as well in Middle Eastern countries and third world countries too. But whatever. So yeah, let's carry on. As you said, reputation, dating. So dating is a risk, right? Or is this a risk for women? Is it not a risk for men too? A man has to chase a woman. It's just like we saw in the previous video. He has to chase a woman, pay for her dates, give her gifts, go on expensive adventures. Just for what? Just so that he can get some pussy. Whoa, that's a good deal. Yeah. That sounds like a really good deal. Yeah, that does not involve any risk, right? That does not involve any single risk. But the other thing is, you feminists, you are the one who pushed for this idea that women should be sexually liberated and women should have a choice in these matters. They should sleep with whoever they want. They should date whoever they want. They don't want family controlling who the woman should marry. They don't want organized marriages. They don't want that. Feminists fought for these rights. And yet, now you are complaining about what your feminism have pushed for years. After men gave you these rights, now you are complaining that you have them. Of course, if you get a right, you're gonna get the good and the bad. You can't just choose the good and leave out the bad. Of course, dating comes with risks in both genders. You can't just complain about stuff that you wanted. You know, it's like you can't like, I want candy, and when you give her candy, she's like, well, candy's too sweet. No, that's just, candy is not healthy, but you pushed for it, you wanted it. So now it is your responsibility, it is not our responsibility.
Women are still expected to look good, act right, and care for others unpaid.
So women are expected to look good, right? Yeah, they're expected to look good because they have nothing else to provide. Well, if I have a woman who is not good at anything, I would want her to at least look pretty, at least provide something. Look, I assure you, if a woman has good characteristics, a lot of men would want to date her. A lot of men chose women with less beauty because they have more to provide, more to offer. But if you're just gonna provide a headache anyways, at least look pretty while giving me headache. You know what I mean? So yeah, and looking pretty. I mean, men are supposed to look tall, to be tall, to look good, to have money, to have status, to have stable income. They're supposed to be attractive to other women. They're even supposed to not be virgins, because women, I mean, there are a lot of videos that we can go through that have women saying that they are unattracted to men who has no experience in dating. So, look, if you're only supposed to look good, you are in a privilege, because men are supposed to look good, all right, to be tall and handsome, to have stable, not just stable. Now women are not saying stable income. They're saying to be rich, to have high status in society, and to have social proof. All right, social proof that other women like him too. Look how many women are chasing celebrities. It's like they're worshiping them. So this outlook that you have is completely one-sided, all right?
So no, you're not splitting the bill. You're already paying, just not in cash. Keeping your money while he's paying is not gold digger. It's compensation. It's redistribution. It's feminist.
Look, I'm telling you, these manipulations and twisting of words does not work. It does not work anymore, all right? Change up the strategies, all right? If you change the word murder with unaliving, all right, that's not gonna change the meaning, all right? You're just twisting the word. You're just manipulating people. You're attempting to manipulate others using some fancy words. All right. So I'm suggesting you should change your strategy.
Feminism liberates. It doesn't ask women to carry the burden just to appear.
No. All right. What women asked for is equality. If now equality, which is 50-50, is not feminism anymore, then you lost the plot. Then feminism has lost the plot. All right? They should just rename it something else. All right? Women's liberation or something like that. Women asked for liberation from what? The standards that were put traditionally against women having intercourse with whomever they want, and going on dates with whomever they want, dressing however they want. Now that you have these privileges, now you are complaining about them. While women they have dangers in terms of reputation, dating and stuff. You asked for it, all right?
Equal.
This woman's whole page is about, rage baiting men.
In case you forgot that men are awful, I posted a video about what the girlies are going to do if we ever hit an apocalyptic situation and like life's never going back to normal. And there are currently almost 7,000 comments of women saying that they would themselves rather than deal with the men out in the world because they know that they would be abused, used, and discarded. Not to mention all the girlies in the comments saying that they would make sure their body was burned, disposed of, like mangled beyond recognition, because even death will not stop men from using our bodies against our will. I know this is grim, but also the girlies are hysterical. And if you would like some funny, girly, dark humor, I highly encourage you to go look at that video on my page. I am just having so much fun scrolling through the comments. Everyone is hilarious. Everyone is so funny. And I just love all the girlies once again.
So she's starting by an insult towards men. Do you guys believe that this woman is looking for truth? Looking for objective reality? Of course not. Of course that's not what is going into her mind. We know, by the way she's talking, that she's only caring about hating men. But let's address what she's saying. She's saying that if an apocalypse hits society and humanity and people are craving to survive and stuff like that, 7,000 comments said that women would unalive themselves before dealing with men because they're afraid what the man's gonna do. But I assure you that men are going to protect you. Of course, there are going to be a minority who are going to be wanting to grape you, to humiliate you, to do horrible stuff to you. And I assure you, men are going to be willing to protect you. We saw this, for instance, in the Titanic. Who protected the women and children? The men. The men have put women and children in, and the elderly, before the women in the boats. So, in all apocalypses and when horrible stuff happens, men are the ones who protect and guard women. So why are you mad? The guys who are willing to hurt women, they are the minority. Men love women. They adore women. I don't understand this stuff. Saying that, well, before dealing with a man, is your brother not going to protect you? Is your boyfriend or your husband's not going to be willing to protect you? Is your family members not willing to protect? Even random men will be willing to protect you. I don't know why you see men as these animals or this you're dehumanizing men. This is dangerous. This is actually an extremist view towards an entire gender. All right, this is dangerous. You are radicalizing other women by doing this stuff. This is not a laughing matter, okay? And the women, instead of going to therapy, these feminists, instead of going to therapy and dealing with their problems and leaving their problems and personal radical views to themselves, they've got to push them forward. You know why? Because misery loves company. They don't want to be the only miserable girlies. They want all the girlies to be as miserable as them. All right. So yeah, once you hear the girlies and stuff like that, know that she's probably a red flag. Next. Look, this is super sad, man. You know, look at his smile. He's just trying to have a good time, you know. He's just trying to have a laugh with a stranger and share good feelings and good emotions and positivity with the world. I don't understand why she's saying men ruin everything. Is this once again a rage bait or what? This looks like someone's father. It could be someone's father or someone's uncle, or you know, or someone's husband. He's just having fun. What is, like, are you this miserable that you're gonna say everything men do as I don't know, ruin society and being negative and stuff like that? This is a miserable outlook on life. All right, this guy clearly has a positive outlook and mindset and trying to laugh and share his positivity and good energy with the world. I don't understand it, guys. Like, even the comments. Look, even the comments here. Don't be rude. He's such a cutie, and she has a purple profile. Normalize being sweet to men and sweet to women. If it was him, the video would have never existed. Alright, he just wanted to be a part of it, bro. Like, even the women are disagreeing with her. But this kind of miserable way of seeing life is just exhausted, really. This one is hilarious.
Men are meant to follow women. It's a fact. I'm a dominatrix. I see this literally every day. Men leap at the opportunity to submit to a woman. And the thing is, I think they always knew this, and I think it scared them. So what did they do? They wrote a book about a man in the sky and his son on earth and all of his male followers, and they perpetuated that women are inferior. Okay, I'm talking about the Bible, I'm talking about Christianity, but of course multiple religions and cultures have perpetuated this lie because they were overcompensating. And they're still overcompensating, because the truth is, men want to be leaders in public, but behind closed doors, they want to get on their knees and grovel for a powerful woman, and that's a fact.
Guys, it's a fact. Guys, do you know it's a fact because I said so? Before continuing, do you know that this woman is a corn star, by the way? Are we seriously gonna listen to what a corn star is saying about religion, society, human dynamics? You know? Are we seriously gonna go there? Alright, what she's saying is that her as a dominator, she concluded this. Oh, it makes sense. Well, but wait a second. What if we're just, you know, speculating? What if the men that are jumping on these opportunities to be dominated by you are just submissive men? They're just bitches, alright? What if that's the case? What if they are just a bunch of pussies? What if that's the case, alright? You don't think that into account? Huh? Is that not a possibility? By your own logic, do you know there is a type of corn called consensual, non-consensual sex? It is called CNC, consensual, non-consensual, alright? And this is really popular, by the way. And there are individuals who consume this kind of corn. So does that mean, alright, and it's mainly done by men against women. And it's mainly, by the way, it's mainly consumed by women. Let's look at the novels that women read. Isn't most of the novels that women read involve a man, like I'm talking about the dark romance novels, because that's the majority of women are starting to read nowadays. Alright, and the smut books, of course. The dark romance books always involve some guy, some mafia toll or CEO motherfucker who stalks women and dominate them and endangering them and having basically consensual, non-consensual intercourse. These are the main themes, okay? And they involve some of the darkest themes. Like if you read them, if you read some of these books, you're gonna be horrified at what women reading, alright? You're gonna start believing that women, they don't like dignity and they don't like respectful intercourse. They don't like that, alright? If you start reading this stuff. So, by the data and by what we have available in our hands, women are the submissive ones most of the time. And of course, it's gonna be a minority, alright? But the minority does not change the rule. Okay, they're just exceptions. Of course, there are going to be exceptions, but the rule is biologically women are attracted to dominance. Okay, it's just the case. All right. If you find those men, all right, or it's something. This exception of the rule is gonna be found everywhere, in each specialty. Of course, most people have, for instance, most people won't hurt a random stranger. But if you find a psychopath, he wouldn't mind it if you give him some money. If you give him even, he's gonna be willing to do it for $20. It's just a basic logic. She started disrespecting religion just to prove a point. You see how disgusting these women are behaving like. They're disrespecting religion. They think men are plotting, are getting together and plotting, let's just, guys, let's just write a book, a religious book, so that we guys can manipulate women. This is just ridiculous, guys. Like, this is the most laughable conspiracy theory ever. Like, bro, I can't even believe that some of them are saying this stuff. By the way, guys, I just found this video of hers saying that I hate an insecure man. I told you he's just my dog. So imagine with me, guys, this woman looks at men like this and she sees that true men are the ones that behave like dogs. That's, imagine with me this outlook. Can you really take her seriously? With that, guys, I end this video. Please subscribe and leave a comment about what you think about what you just saw. And if you have video suggestions, leave them in the comment section. See you guys.